Hello my gorgeous peopleini, my name is Sasha Bonasin and I'm a psychic medium, and these are your weekly horoscope tarot card readings, and they are for the air signs of the zodiac, which are Gemini, Libra and Aquarius, and it's in between the 14th and the 20th of March 2022. So this weekly horoscope tarot card reading is for you, my gorgeous air signs of the zodiac, and it's for Gemini, Libra and Aquamarini, and it's in between the 14th and the 20th of March 2022. And I'm going to start with my gorgeous Gemini. Listen, my gorgeous Gemini, you know, this week there is going to be quite interesting turning point that you are going to have. You know, it's about this really interesting opportunity that is actually going to come up for you. I really like this because this opportunity in itself, it's also going to be the beginning of a rather important turning point in your life. Not only your energy is going to change, not only your energy is going to increase, but this in itself is going to bring you hope. It is going to bring you an important inspiration and at a rather significant time of your life. So most certainly and most importantly, my gorgeous Gemini, you need to look for this opportunity that I'm talking about. At the same time, before that opportunity comes up, please pay attention to the numbers 333, pay attention to the number 777 and number 111, and any combination of these numbers that you may see or you may come across, it's only going to be letting you know that this opportunity is literally behind the corner. If you don't come across these numbers, then absolutely nothing to worry about. There is still going to be the opportunity that you are going to have, and it's just all about the actual sign that you're going to have beforehand as well. And this is going to come in like in terms of the actual synchronicity. But as I said, you know, don't worry if you don't come across these numbers. If you do, it's only going to be like a bit of an added bonus for you, purely because if you do come across these numbers, at the same time it's all about the power of synchronicity, but also most importantly it's about the actual balance, you know, which is going to help you to reflect what you were thinking at that moment in time. So it's not only about like becoming aware of these numbers through the power of synchronicity, whether you see it on your time, whether you see it on TV or wherever you see it. It's not only about like kind of like a making you aware that, you know, this opportunity is going to be just behind the corner, but at the same time it's going to give you the opportunity to reflect what was on your mind at that moment in time. It's to do with the problem, it's to do with negativity, it's to do with like a time that was like basically with a negative time that caused like so much sadness and uncertainty in your life that it's going to be bothering you and bothering you and bothering you. Whatever is bothering you at that moment in time, when you come across these powerful numbers, you know, that also means at the same time that this is nothing to worry about, that very problem is coming to an end, that very problem it's going to be resolved. So you see, it's all about like kind of like a really just you know, paying attention to your own intuition, paying attention how you feel about things, you without asking somebody else for like opinion or without like checking things with somebody else. This week in particular, everything needs to come from you. Everything needs to come from the way you feel about things and your own reflection. So it is an important opportunity, and karmically, you know, this is going to be brilliant because on one hand it's about that inspiration, and that inspiration is going to be also your power. But because this is karmically kind of like a very powerful moment in time, for some reason you're going to also feel like a very strong like a feeling of justice. Okay, so this is why this is going to be karmically important, because it's about this justice that you are going to feel at the same time. So you will know what this opportunity is, because as I said, it's all about this like a wonderful balance that it's coming in at the same time, but it is going to make you feel like this is your own justice, this is your own time. You have been waiting for this for quite a long time now, so now it's about you stepping through, it's about you stepping forward in a little bit of an unknown stage, an unknown area of your life. And normally that would most certainly kind of put you off, because, you know, it is just so much to do with the uncertainty ahead. But now it is just, it's the right timing, because it's going to be karmically so recharged and karmically so important. At the same time, it's just this like a justice. You're gonna feel like, oh, now it's my time. And also at the same time, there is a little missed opportunity also that it's gonna require your own attention as well. A missed opportunity. This is a different opportunity, but that missed opportunity that I'm talking about, that it's going to arise at around the midweek, it's also going to point exactly which aspect of your life do you need to kind of learn more about, do you need to kind of read more about, do you need to kind of gather a bit more knowledge. And this is when things are going to become really interesting to you, because also it is very important when you come across like a quite unusual situation this week, my gorgeous Gemini. It is very important to be compassionate, because this is like a bit of a test that you are going to have, a bit of like a spiritual test, or you're going to come across the situation where you're not going to be able to understand this other person or a group of people, but at the same time, sometimes we just don't show our feelings, and sometimes we just don't say exactly what we think, and sometimes compassion, it's absolutely the best. So you will see that this is going to be the kind of like the way out of the situation that you're going to find yourself in, just to be compassionate above all. On another hand, my gorgeous Geminians, this is a very important week to understand, to manage your resources really, really wisely. And at the same time, you are gonna make a very, very smart decision, very smart business decision, very smart decision when it comes to like moving on with your life. And also, if you're like retired and things like that, if it's not like a business decision, but it's also making an important decision in general, which is going to be the best thing that you could possibly do when it comes to your future, and when it comes to your future planning, and when it comes to like a making and creating and starting something really solid in your life. Also, you need to remember, my gorgeous Gemini, that you are going to find out an important truth by the end of this week, an important mind-blowing truth, which is also going to become a quite evident moment of clarity here. And this is brilliant, because at the same time, that in itself is going to open your eyes, that in itself is going to confirm certain things to you, and above all, that in itself is going to make you realize that now it's time to use your intuition to set your moral compass. Okay, this is a very important week for you, my gorgeous Geminis, indeed. The next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Libra, my beautiful Libra, my lordy lord. There is a very strong emotional connection that you are going to feel with someone. It is not like the first time that you are going to feel. You feel a very strong emotional connection with this particular person, because this is someone who is very close to you. This is someone who is really important to you. This is someone who is really significant to you. This is someone who means to you so much. But also at the same time, you have like kind of lost maybe that little bit of touch, when it comes to that person, and when it comes to like a very strong and important relationship in your life. So this in itself is going to be an important time of reconnection to start with somebody really important in your life. I'm not saying that you completely lost the connection, but just something along the line affected your balance a little bit. This doesn't have to be necessarily negative or anything like that, but at the same time, it is just going to be a very strong sign, an indication. As soon as you feel a very strong reconnection with a certain person in your life, they are going to be playing an absolutely giant role, because they will on one hand tell you something so important, on another hand you're going to understand things that you didn't understand before. But then again, it's about the inspiration that you are going to get through this person. Just remember that an important people in our lives, they're meant to be in our lives. They've got a very specific and very important and very powerful roles. We learn through these people so much, but then again, at the same time, they're learning so much about themselves and their spiritual path. It's like vice versa. So this is a really important moment that you're gonna have, because this person seems to play like a really huge giant role when it comes to like, an inspiration inspiration, realization, like moving on with your life, knowing what to do. And it's just going to make you feel like, oh my God, it is just going to give you like so much to think about, so much to like kind of, so much to look forward to. And there are so many things that you're going to feel so much closer to, like when it comes to your future and when it comes to your future planning, that you felt so far ahead from before. So there are certain elements when it comes to your future that is just going to become visible after this moment in time that wasn't visible before. And this is brilliant because it's going to get you going. It's going to get you moving. It's going to start this really powerful sacred process, my gorgeous Libra, indeed. And that, you realizing certain things in a distant path, you're going to feel them so strongly. You're going to feel them with your spirit. You're going to feel them with your soul. And this is when your power is going to come up. And you just feeling such a strong connection, you will know exactly kind of like what to do, what to go for, because it's all about these feelings of inspiration that we follow at the same time that helps us to open up, to ourselves on our own path. This is important to kind of preserve this powerful energy by really kind of inspecting certain things in our life and exploring as much as we possibly can. This is going to lead towards a very important contemplation. And that contemplation, it's really brilliant. And when you're like kind of, it's going to get you thinking, it's going to get you going. And this is important because through this contemplation that you're going to have, suddenly you're going to realize, oh my God, there is a certain opportunity in the past. There is a certain opportunity that I kind of missed in the past. And now this is going to really kind of start manifesting itself at that moment in time. And it's going to become available to you through your own thoughts. As soon as you start the process of contemplation, it's a very powerful in so many different ways, because it helps us to understand things for what they are, but also it helps us with our own grounding. So this is important. That contemplation is brilliant because on one hand it's going to highlight a certain missed opportunity that it's pretty much so has to be the part of your spiritual path. It wasn't the right time then, but now most certainly it's going to start becoming the right time. And also on another hand, it is just like this is all gonna lead to the end of the actual situation that is going to bring so much relief into your life. And that in itself, it's going to show you the way for the opportunity for new happiness. On one hand, this is going to lift so much weight off your shoulders, but then on another hand, you're going to realize that that there were certain things that worked out for your favor. They were working out in your favor without you even realizing. And what is going to become obvious to you by the end of the week, how interesting life is, how interesting our spiritual path and the spiritual journey is, because you're going to reach a quite interesting moment of enlightenment, my gorgeous Libra, by the end of the week. So you will see how sometimes you don't need to like kind of rush or push certain things. And sometimes in this life, when we want to do something, when we kind of like set ourselves on a certain path, it doesn't necessarily have to be like the right time to do this, but we are expected to kind of like try to jump into this water and swim. But while we are swimming, we just realize, that maybe it is not the right time. And we feel that in such a sense when we just see something else and that other thing that comes up seems like more important. But then when the certain amount of time passes, we come back to this point and then we realize, oh my God, why did I kind of go for this and I didn't go for this? It doesn't really matter. Now it's time. This is the great time of adjustment, and also at the same time, it's going to open your eyes. And once your gorgeous eyes are open, nothing is going to close them again, because what you're gonna do, what you're gonna plan, my gorgeous Libra, what you're gonna be thinking about that is gonna bring so much inspiration and optimism in your life. It's at the same time going to bring you accomplishment. It is at the same time going to bring you success. It is going to also start the process, kind of like it's going to make you realize the process of completion. But wherever there is a completion, there is also an important recognition. Wherever there is an important recognition, like what we should do, what we should focus on, is to do with our passion. Wherever there is an ending, there is also the new beginning. So this is absolutely brilliant, my gorgeous Libra, because it's to do with a certain aspect of your life that you most importantly have been waiting for a long time, and it is going to come up and happen when you least expect it. And then these things like this are the best, okay? Because it kind of like helps us to bring the best out of us, because we respond in a certain way, and it's all about our response that is very quick, very sharp, and we surprise sometimes ourselves, but then later on we are like, ooh la la, I was like so vavavumish, I was really brave, and things like that. When things come directly through and from your subconscious mind, that's the best possible response that we can actually give to anything, really, literally. Okay, so the next sign that I'm going to be talking about, it's going to be my gorgeous Aquarius. My beautiful aquamarine is like, ooh la la, this week most certainly things are going to start moving for you quiet and nicely. This week it's also going to be quite important and rather sacred week when it comes to like you feeling so busy, you feeling like suddenly and finally like so much is actually happening, and certain things are also moving on in your life. There is a lot that is going to happen. There is a lot that it's going to be going on, and my advice is, my gorgeous aquamarine, what you need to understand, the more is going on, that's better. The more it's happening around you, that's better. Do not for any second, for any minute, like kind of doubt yourself. Do not doubt your power, because this is when we just cut off our own energy and we prevent ourselves from going as further as we possibly could or as we possibly can. So do not doubt yourself whatsoever, because this week you're going to enjoy this vibrant energy which is going to pick you up so much. It's going to point certain elements about yourselves that are going to make you feel so brilliant, so beautiful, and this is all going to be increasing your personal vibration. But at the same time, as I said, a lot is going to be happening, a lot is going to be going on. Whatever it's happening, whatever it's going on, my gorgeous aquamarine, your job this week is to take every single thing that you possibly can take on. Every single thing you're gonna do, be very successful with. Every single thing is gonna bring like a really important unfoldment. Every single thing is going to bring you that little missing information that were missing. There were certain things that were missing, in your life, certain informations, and that caused a little bit of negativity through the actual uncertainty. So we don't really like this. So now this is also going to give you a chance to deal with a very unusual situation that is on another hand going to kind of like really highlight a very kind of powerful aspect of yourself, which is going to show you kind of like exactly which aspect of yourself you need to kind of work on a little bit more. But most importantly, it's time to take it on the next level, to take it on the next stage, and it's going to be much sooner and much earlier than you expected. So you have to watch for this, my gorgeous aquamarines, please. On another hand, I like this so much. I like this so much. I can feel your power. I can feel your energy. I can feel your strength. You are gonna be inspired at the beginning of the week like there is no tomorrow. It's about the inspiration. Okay? It's about you recognizing a you're recognizing a very, very important path in your life. You realizing very significant opportunity. You realize the opportunity that is going to help you out in so many different aspects. This is the time of inspiration. This is the time of your own power. But this is also the time when you're going to begin a very, very interesting project. I like it. Pam, 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 pam. You see this, my gorgeous aquamarines, you're gonna start a very important project, but here at the same time when you start this project, you just also need to remember it's all about you putting your foot down, and it's all about you being direct. the direct communication, it is very important. The more direct communication you have throughout this week, the more you're gonna get out of it, the more you're gonna gain out of it, my gorgeous aquamarinis. So just remember that the direct communication at this moment in time, it's gonna be more important than anything, because you are seriously having a process of a rebirth. You have been waiting for this particular moment for a long time, but it's not only about waiting for this moment when you have this like kind of opportunity, no baby, no. It's about a vibrant energy. It's about the energy increase, but we have to allow ourselves for this energy to increase to the certain point where we just kind of like really find ourselves on our own path, and no matter what's going on around you, no matter what's happening around you, you know, you're just simply drifting forward, you know, simply drifting towards your goal, towards things that mean to you, towards things that are important to you, because suddenly you're gonna have a momentum, you know, like, you know what, enough of this weight, enough of this nonsense, and you will see what this moment is actually going to be, and what is going to cause you know, for you to feel like this, because this is all at around the time when you're gonna feel your own kind of process of rebirth. So normally when we feel this process of rebirth, you know, it's all about our own rejuvenation. It is not a great time, the best time to invest financially into something when it comes to this week, but it's most importantly the greatest time to just kind of focus on this inspiration, keep things moving, keep things like kind of going forward. But it's also really important to mention that at the time of our own personal rebirth, we feel a very strong kind of feeling to kind of change things around us a little bit, to move things about, you know, to kind of like maybe suddenly this plant, oh no, I don't want it to be here, I wanted to put here, suddenly this is here, I wanted to put over there. Just suddenly, you know, you feel this urge to like move things about. It like gets on your nerves a little bit, like kind of, but then again, that energy and that vibration is so important to kind of go with, because at the same time you increase your energy, and by increasing your energy you send a very powerful signals to the universe without even realizing, as soon as you kind of throw yourself on this particular path. And what this energy is going to do, it's gonna really send your subconscious mind, your subconscious thoughts, and in return it's gonna make you feel really magnetic, and in return there are so many ideas that you're gonna get, that you're gonna gain. So this is how important this is, and this is what I would like to highlight at this moment in time. So it's all about your own determination, my gorgeous aquamarinis. You know, it's follow your own determination. Just remember, and this is going to become absolutely super significant at around the midweek, follow your determination, because a very kind of weird situation is going to take place at around the midweek, and you are going to reach the point where you're going to see, my God, is this coming to an end or what? No baby, no, it doesn't matter about this end and this and that. Just follow your determination, what you want to do, what you would like to do. Would you like this to be an end, like at this stage, or would you like to take it on the next level? It's all up to you, baby. And this week, this is what you're gonna find out. On another hand, you know, you're also gonna kind of really kind of your talents are going to be highlighted, and I really like this. You know, things that you're really good about, things that you're special about. You know, your talents are going to be highlighted, but at the same time, there is a very kind of interesting process of learning that you will need to kind of throw yourself at in order to get to the significant stage, to the significant level in your life. And also, you know, by the end of this week, you will realize to never ever underestimate your ability to make certain things that mean to you so much to come true. This is very important. And also, on another hand, you are gonna also need to pay attention to the need for balance in between your career and the personal life as well. So this is an absolutely mind-blowing week also, you know, when it comes to grounding and those little exercises and meditations that I've mentioned before. If you just find a little place in the forest and you place your hands like kind of like on an untouched ground, would be like kind of ideal. And this is the very powerful and sacred process of rejuvenation, which makes you to illuminate your spirit, your soul on a very, very high level. And it's the same while you're by the water, by the sea, by the river, by the lake, if you're lucky enough, you know, this is something that you can help you so much with your own personal balance. And let me tell you something, my gorgeous aquamarinis, this week you're gonna have a certain gain. This week, by the end of the week, you're gonna have a certain gain, okay? And this in itself, it's gonna make you feel so good. It's gonna make you feel like a very radiant. It's gonna make you feel really positive. It's gonna make you feel very optimistic. It's gonna bring you the whole new strength. But at the same time, you're also gonna know exactly that success lies ahead if you keep to the path. Okay, so when you become aware of that gain that I'm talking about, that it's going to bring you a glorious moment in time, satisfaction, it's going to make you feel so radiant, it's going to make you feel so positive, it's going to bring you so much strength and vitality into your life. At the same time, this is a very strong and powerful sign that that specific thing, that particular path, it's all about you realizing to stay on. Success lies ahead if you keep to this path. Very important, my gorgeous aquamarinis, indeed. Okay, my gorgeous people, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.